I've been driving around Mount Vernon and outskirts of town and stuff about an hour looking for something to paint, and I remembered seeing this right here, all these old railroad ties lined up along here. I like that. I always like this old building here. So what I have done, I just decided I think I'm going to do something about, let's see if I can zoom in far enough here. Something along the lines of that, maybe right about there. And I've got it sketched out here. Let me back the camera off a little bit. So let's see if I can get back a little bit farther here. Yeah, so there's my sketch right there. And let's see. Also, what I want to do is use just try something. These are core colors that I have gotten as I don't know if you call it a gift set or what, but anyway, they've been given. I've won them at different times or whatever, and so my colors that I've gotten here are cobalt teal, green gold, quinacridone gold, pyro orange, quinacridone magenta, and dioxazine purple. So I'm gonna see what I can do, if I can do something with those colors on this. If nothing else, it ought to be weird and colorful. So I'll keep you posted as I paint this. I've got my brushes soaking there, and I've laid out my colors here. This is the so I can get my hand down there. That's the dioxazine purple. That'll be a good dark. Cobalt teal, I guess that's my only blue. So maybe I can find a little bit of that in the sky. Who knows? Green gold right here. Quinacridone gold. Orange, a pyro transparent orange. I love that. Which there it is on my regular palette. So it's one I use all the time. This is magenta. Quinacridone magenta, and it's right there. I believe that's it, right? The regular color. So the green gold I don't use that much. I have used it in the past, but anyway, so we'll mix some of these together to get our grays and our darks and stuff. Probably won't really be a good representation of the colors that are here, but hopefully it'll work. So, all right, let's get to it. So there's the scene. It's been probably 10 minutes into it. Light's not changed much, nothing real exciting about the colors here right now. But I'm hoping that I can, by bringing in some of these brighter colors, purer colors, I can get some kind of excitement going. So you can see I've got my teal going over here, and I've grayed it down, and then put a little bit of, if you look up there, you can see the sun is kind of coming out, so there's yellow in the sky. So I threw in some of that quinacridone gold up there, carried that down to get the kind of the cream color of that building. And then I just took a shot in the dark and put some magenta and purple and stuff in there where those logs, or not logs, but the railroad ties are going to be. Zoom in on them a little bit so you kind of see what they are. Just a haphazard shapes, lights and darks against each other. And then I'm seeing, of course, the yellow in the grass and the blue in the road there. And so back off this a little bit. You can see what I've got there then. Got the blue right down here towards the bottom of it. And then this is the grass. So we'll see what's going to happen. It's got to make it fun. So I'll do some more painting. I'll get back with you. So about maybe 20 minutes into this deal, and you can see I've got some of the values laid in the shapes, and it's kind of really getting into the ugly stage right now, which it may never come out of that, but I'm going to keep pushing it and see what it does. Having fun though, just trying out all these different colors. If you look in there, you see some nice violets and pinks and quinacridone gold showing up. So it really frees you up to just kind of get crazy with this if you're not letting any pressure get to you. I love the texture too. It's a block of Arches cold press, and these core colors just really lay nice in that paper. So anyway, we'll just keep chipping away at it. Show you some more here in just a little bit. Sun's starting to come out now. You can see it's pretty intense up there, and so makes the scene more exciting than it was. A little more difficult in watercolor to kind of capture that now that I've got it down dark. But you can see I laid in just build some of my values up, and then I forgot to photograph it or film it. So you can see I started adding that dark tree in there. So anyway, it's really loose. Not the way I like to paint, but it's a learning experience. So I'm having fun with it. We'll see. I'll keep trying to punch in my darks now. So I'll be back in another 10-15 minutes. I'm guessing probably about an hour in, and still got a lot. The sunlight's still popping pretty good on here. Lighting up a little bit of the building. You can see the edge of that lit up. I probably won't be able to capture that in my painting here. There we go, right along in there is where that's at. But I am noticing now how we're getting the warms back there in the trees. You got that cool bluish roof there on the lean-to, and then behind that it's kind of warm. So I'm really just exaggerating those colors. And then you see that the back of that sign's lit up, and there's a guardrail there along the train tracks and stuff. So just trying to utilize a little bit of that, kind of get some pop going in there. This is really outside my comfort zone, and I'm really straining with it, but I'm making myself do it, and having fun, and I'm learning too. And that's I think is very important. So it's actually coming along better than I thought it was going to. I have not used any of the green gold in it so far. I've used teal, and the dioxazine purple, and the quinacridone orange, and the magenta, and the quinacridone gold, but I have not used any of that. I might throw a little bit of that in, see if I can back up, right in that area there where the grass is at, because I see a little cast of green there. I could mix it with the teal and that's probably what I'll do, is just use the teal and the quinacridone gold to get me a green. It really makes you rely on your ability to mix colors and think about what colors create what. So I'd recommend this. It's fun. It's painful. It hurts, but I'd recommend it to you. So let the suffering continue here. I'll be back in a little bit. I would guess an hour and a half in. The light hasn't really changed that much at all, which is pretty good. It's cool out here. I'm going to guess it's 42 or something like that. So one of my struggles is the paper's just not wanting to dry. But you can see it's coming along. The shapes are starting to pop out, but I really feel like I need to get these trees darker back here. You can see they're pretty dark there. So I'm just not sure about that. I don't want to rely on a trick, but I'm having a hard time getting a dark enough value. I'm layering and layering, like right in here where these the start of the railroad ties, the definition is. That's getting to be a good dark, but it's so wet. You can see it's just softening, fuzzing out. I do like this hard edge I've got here along the building. That's working well. You can see that really pops out, so that's kind of my focal point. Pull your eye to that. But I'm just not able to lay down any hard, defined strokes yet. So hopefully this will get to drying, but I doubt it. It's 3-4 in the afternoon now. You can see how cloudy it is. It's cold, and it's just going to keep getting colder. So we will keep plugging away. You got to persevere. This will probably be my last one before I finish it, and I'll show it to you. And still, the light has not changed very much. Getting some nice sky color over there. I can see a painting right there. I've got I think about where I want it. I'm gonna wrap it up, take it home, let it dry a little bit, and then maybe put a little embellishment on it. I don't know, we'll see. It's been a good exercise though. You can see my palette's kind of a mess now right here. But that's all painted with 6 colors that two of which I normally have, the quinacridone, the quinacridone magenta and the transparent pyrrole orange are colors I'm used to working with. But the others, the teal and the dioxazine purple and the I guess the quinacridone gold, I use that some too. But when you take away your ultramarine blue and your cobalt blue, the blues that you're used to, and you're forced to go with colors that you don't normally use, it just kind of is like painting one hand tied behind your back. But it's a lot of fun, it's a good experiment, and I would highly recommend anybody to do it. Let me tilt that down just a little bit and give you room to see the scene here. So all in all, it's kind of a representation of what's there. Anyway, hope you have enjoyed this, and maybe it's encouraged you to try something like this on your own. I'll just give you, I'll let this dry, and then I'll shoot probably one more little video clip of it so you see what it looks like when it's dry. So thanks a lot, and I'm going to shut this down and get warmed up. Bye-bye. I am back in my studio. My painting is mostly dry, and did just a couple little touches to it, put a little bit of branches up in the trees and stuff. But it's done. It was a fun experiment. I think I'd try it again. Maybe that was kind of like on a whim that I did that. I would try it now with a little more intention. Maybe think through. You know, maybe I wouldn't just use a kit of colors, but maybe I ought to replace teal with a blue that I'm more familiar with. But anyway, it's fun, good learning experience. Don't be afraid to try something that makes you uncomfortable. You never know what you're going to learn from it. So this is Spencer, and I'm glad that you've watched this. If you've got any thoughts on it, maybe something that made you think about you hadn't realized before, well, don't hesitate to let me know about it. I'd love to hear it, okay? Thanks a lot. We'll see you later. Bye-bye.